Have you ever asked yourself, why do the good ones always seem to finish last? Why are you exploited at work despite your loyalty? And why do those you loved walk away even after you gave them everything? You were living in a grand illusion. You were told the world is fair and that good always triumphs. But what if I told you that this idealism is exactly the chain holding you back? 500 years ago, an exiled Italian man wrote a small book. It wasn't meant for publication. It was a secret letter to the ruler of Florence. This book was so honest, so brutal, that the church banned it and kings hid it. Yet they all read it secretly under their bed covers. It is The Prince by Niccolò Machiavelli. Today, we are not telling a history story. Today, we open this forbidden book to extract 5 brutal laws for control, power, and protecting yourself from your own naivety. Welcome to the real world. The first problem you suffer from is this: you want everyone to like you. You believe that if you are kind, peaceful, and forgiving, people will treat you the same way. This is a fatal mistake. Machiavelli tells you coldly, a man who wishes to make a profession of goodness in everything must necessarily come to grief among so many who are not good. The philosophical truth here is that human beings are by nature ungrateful. They follow their own interests. If you are always available, you lose your value. Machiavelli's first law. It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Do not misunderstand. Machiavelli does not ask you to be hated. Hatred destroys a ruler. But he tells you that love is an emotion controlled by others. They give it and take it away at their whim. But fear, or rather respect, is something you control. In your career, in your relationships, do not be the nice guy who can be trampled on. Be the respected, strong person whose anger is calculated. The lesson: build your boundaries out of iron, not glass. The second problem: you live in the world of how things ought to be, not the world of how things are. You waste your time complaining. They should have appreciated me. He shouldn't have betrayed me. Machiavelli slaps us with the truth. Look at the world as it is, with all its stains and darkness. He says, he who neglects what is done for what ought to be done sooner affects his ruin than his preservation. Here comes the concept of political realism. Imagine your life is a chessboard. The pieces do not move based on your wishes. If your boss is a narcissist, do not expect empathy. Deal with him as a narcissist. If the market is ruthless, do not expect mercy. Stop blaming circumstances. Take off the rose-colored glasses of idealism and look at the fangs surrounding you. Only when you see reality can you change it. How do you survive in this jungle? Most of us choose one path, either brute force, like the lion, or cunning and trickery, like the fox. The lion is strong, but easily falls into traps. The fox is cunning and spots traps, but is defenseless against wolves. Machiavelli's greatest secret is, you must be a fox to discover the snares, and a lion to terrify the wolves. Your practical application: do not be honest to the point of naivety, and do not be deceitful to the point of losing credibility. Learn when to be silent and hide your intentions, the fox, and when to strike hard and make a decisive decision, the lion. Psychological flexibility is the key to survival. The rigid personality breaks, but the flexible personality, like a chameleon, is the one that rules. You often say, I am unlucky, or the odds are against me. Machiavelli had a strange concept of luck. He called it Fortuna. He likened luck to a raging, destructive river or a fickle woman. He admits that luck controls half of our actions, but it leaves the other half to us. The mistake you make is surrendering and waiting for luck to smile at you. Machiavelli screams at you, fortune favors the bold. The raging river cannot be stopped when it floods, but in times of calm, the wise man builds dams and dikes. Prepare for crises while you are at your peak. Save money while you are rich. Build alliances while you are strong. Do not wait for the disaster to act. Tame luck with virtue or virtu which is iron will and constant preparation. Finally, the dilemma of cruelty. Should we hurt others? Machiavelli says something terrifying. If you must injure a man, do it in such a way that you do not fear his revenge. But wait, before you judge him, understand the depth. He speaks of what he calls well-used cruelty. The surgeon who cuts a gangrenous limb to save the body is cruel, but in reality, he is merciful. The manager who fires one corrupt employee to save the team is cruel, but fair. Your problem is that you delay painful decisions. You let the wound rot because you fear the pain of cleaning it. Machiavelli teaches you, swift, decisive pain is better than chronic, lingering pain. The Prince was not written to create tyrants, but to wake up the sleeping. Your kingdom is your life. Your mind is your palace. And your future is your people waiting for a leader. Do not be a victim crying over the ruins of principles in a world ruled by interests. Take the reins. Be strong enough to be kind by choice, not by weakness. Wear the mask of the fox and keep the heart of the lion. And now, are you ready to rule? Remember, the pen may write the idea, but the sword, sometimes, is what protects it.